Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another exciting, head scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. I got two of them for you today. Two. These are very good ones. Very small. They're quick. But they say a lot within that small portion. And it still makes you think. So let's get to it. All right. We're going to go with the person that I wanted to talk about first. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. This young man is a part of that criteria in a small way, but at the same time in a big way, because it makes you think of what is it about this story. And that's a $10,000 reward offered in the case of missing CDC employee. Okay, now this happened right here in the ATL. All right, now this is kind of crazy because it's a little typo the way they put it, and it goes like this: 2 weeks have since Timothy Cunningham was last seen leaving his job at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, like I said before, it's a $10,000 reward, but this is it's being offered to anyone with information leading to the arrest or indictment. Those with information should contact Crime Stoppers at 404-577-8477. Okay, now Cunningham is 35, works as a team lead for the CDC's Division of Population Health. Now the authorities, they say he called in sick on February 12th and has not been heard from since. Pretty much the same, and this was last month. So now his family found his phone, his wallet, his credit cards, keys, vehicle at the house located in the Bolton community. See, there's another one. Okay, all of his belongings, his personal items was left at the house. But he left the house. You left everything, keys, so you walk into wherever it is you went to. And you left your credit card. That means you can't spend no money to get on the bus or a cab or Uber. You ain't got none of that. So you ain't got nothing to do, nothing to have for you to do what you're doing. How is it that you just walk out the door and don't come back? You ain't got no money to get from one bus to another, or from one train to another, or one plane to another. You ain't got no money for none of that because you left everything at the house. You can't even get to an ATM. So, what does that tell you? What does that make you say? What? I mean, you being dragged somewhere? Maybe. You being lifted up into a spacecraft? Or you met with an end for this place here, and got sucked into a wormhole and sent to another Earth. I mean, I'm not talking like Sliders type, thing Earth. I'm talking about the real deal like thing Earth. So I'm just saying, maybe that happened. It's a possibility. I mean, if the evidence is telling you something weird happened and it describes things in a weird way, starting with the part where he walks out the house. Now, you weren't doing that before. Or this would have happened before. You would have heard it before. No, this happened now. The man is 35. So what was he doing before that? Obviously, it wasn't bad enough for it to be talked about on the news or on the computer. So how is it that out of the blue he just do something like this? And that's why they always say that's not his character. He would never do that. We know him too well. I mean, of course, because he never did that. Never. Then out of the blue, he just did it. So obviously something caused this to happen. It could be anything. It could be somebody who may have had it in for him, so they probably chopped up into itty bitty pieces and just whatever. Or it could be your classic missing 411 case, which means every single option applies, which is infinite. You don't really know exactly what happened. So you got all these different scenarios, all these different ways that it could have happened, all these different names for it, or labels, I like to call them. You just never know until you see it for yourself. Then you'll start to believe. That's what all this is about. Okay? That's what all this is about. It's about knowledge. Knowledge that we haven't had before. So it's going to sound strange. You ain't going to understand it. That's why I said it. If I did say it, but I'm saying it now, if you didn't hear it. But lost knowledge is like a foreign language. Now, I'm American, so if I hear someone speaking French, I'm not going to know what the heck they're saying. They could be telling me something really important. They could be telling me the answer to all of this. But I don't know nothing about what they're saying because I've never heard it before. So it's foreign. Never heard that language before, so yeah. And I mean, I heard French, but I never heard it right here. So anyway, yeah. So that's really all I got to say about this case. So, but like I said, if you know anything, the whereabouts, just call 911 or call 44546-4235. Okay. Now, if I didn't mention one part, now he's described as a black male, 6 feet, 200 pounds. He has black hair, brown eyes. Just in case I didn't say it, but if I did, you got it again. Now, the next one is about a young man too. This one just as crazy as the one I just read. Except this one is in a foreign country. Well, it's in Ohio. It's in Steubenville, Ohio. At first, I'm thinking it was some kind of a foreign town that he lived in another country, but it's in Ohio. It's okay. Even the streets sound like where that could really be coming from. I'm like, okay. Anyway, okay, now it says here it has been 14 days since a Steubenville man went missing. Shawn Anthill was last seen near Cadiz, Ohio, the day before Christmas Eve. Now, it is a family's worst fear, having someone go missing. It has led to a never-ending anxiety. That the family will only stop feeling when Shawn Anthill is found. Of course, when they say found, they mean safe, alive, fed. They can bring him home. But at the same time, they can just mean, he's at peace. We can give him a proper burial. It's just, of course, what they would want. They don't want to find him in a compromising, situation or position, rather. You never know what you're going to find. That's my point. So I really do hope that they find what they have to find in order to go on and, you know, not have to grieve so much about it. 'Cause I know that's hard. I've grieved over family members that I loved. You know, it happened. It's part of life, you know. That's what we do. Oh, boy. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, now, it also says, you know, these are the comments of all the, you know, the family members. And this conversation is coming from Cassandra Howell and Julie Scott. You know, these are this Anthill's family members. Like, I think his sister and his aunt was one of the main ones that was talking. But it says here, we've turned over deer carcasses in the ice, and we've had dogs out. We've had 4-wheelers and horses. Like I said, this is coming from these, you know, 2 women. Now the family members have been searching, you know, nearly nonstop. You know, just like the case of Madison Scott, they're still searching for her to this day, 8 to 10 years later. Now that is really good. I like that. You know, that's showing initiative for what has to be done. You know, you don't get lazy. You put your all into it, no matter how hard it is, no matter how long it takes. I love that. That's that persistence. I love that so much. There's family, there's friends of the friends, so they are actually strangers to the actual family. You know, so. But I love that. I really do. Now, they were intoxicated and driving from, I think it's Urichville down 250 heading toward Cadiz. Shawn was supposed to go to his girlfriend's house and pick up her car, rather. Now this is coming from Cassandra Howell, you know, Anthill's cousin. Oh yeah, so it was a cousin and an aunt. All right. Okay, now Shawn was, you know, he was with a male friend and his sister. They were last seen near the Harrison County home in the 41,000 block of Cadiz Denison Road, Route 250. Now, there are many aspects complicating and frustrating investigators and the family. Now, the sister who was the last person to see Shawn will not speak she won't speak to them at all. That's crazy, you know. So this is coming from Howell, Cassandra Howell. Oh, anyway, it just says Howell, so it could be any Howell in the family. But yeah, that's nuts. You were the last person to see your own. Maybe they said it was her brother, or yeah. You know, you're the last person to see your own brother, and you don't want to speak to nobody. I mean, like, what the fuck? Seriously? You're his sister. Okay? I don't know what kind of relationship y'all had, but still. It's your bro, man. The fuck? Talk to these people. Let them know what's going on. Since you were the last person to see him, I mean, you may not know where he at, but you know where he been, which was in front of you, since you were the last person to see him. Duh. Why would you want people to know that? They're already looking for him. That makes you suspicious. I'm just saying. I mean, it does. It makes you suspicious. So, they're going to be eyeballing your ass for a long time. But you're probably going to be bold enough to say, I still ain't going to say shit. Motherfucker. Yeah. Freaking cops. I love the cops, by the way. So, don't take that to heart, okay? Some of my best friends are cops. I know that's a line everybody use, but, you know, I'm in a corner right now. What can I say? Anyway, but yeah, like I said, you know, you were the last person to see your own brother. You don't want to say nothing to nobody. That kind of pisses me off. I'm like, I know I ain't got nothing to do with this, but goddamn. I mean, for real? Okay, it goes on to say a lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. I was hoping I was going to read that, but, you know, I was kind of hurting. But anyway. But now the 23-year-old Anthill stands about 5 feet 2 inches tall and was last seen wearing a black hoodie, ripped jeans, and black Air Jordans, basketball shoes. Now, the amount of time that has passed has family fearing the worst. Just, of course that happens, so if it didn't, I'd be a little worried, but that's what happened right now. But anyway, now, if he is out there unresponsive, we would at least like to bring him back and put the family at peace. Now, this is something else that Howard said. Now, further frustrating and family is what they believe happens when Shawn tried to find help. Well, yeah. Yep. I see that. Now, they believe that night on the 23rd, he did knock on the door, of the home, on Route 250, and they believe he knocked on the door and didn't let him because it was so late and it was dark. I was thinking it was trying to say, they wouldn't let him in. I don't know. But now Harrison County Sheriff's detectives said there has been no activity, on his credit card or phone accounts. Now, see, that's another thing that happens. One guy leaving all his stuff at the house, and he's still walking out. This person, pretty much the same thing, but in a different way. He's not spending no money. So that's the credit card part. So wherever you at, you either pretty damn lucky enough not to have to spend nothing because they paying for you, or something happened. Now you can go all around the mulberry bush trying to think about what is it that made that happen. You got so many different scenarios here. You got this, you got that, you got this over here, you got that over there. You got every option you could ever think of. But none of them is gonna, well, maybe one of them, but none of them, from what you can understand, is not gonna lead to that point where you need to know what really happened. Sometimes, I guess you could say sometimes, when something like that gets covered up, you ain't gonna know anyway. So they're gonna put every little lie on top of that truth, just so you won't be able to dig through it to find out what the truth is. So, I mean, if it's something they don't want to get out, obviously they're gonna do that. Look at what they did with the all those other cases. Like, keep forgetting that little boy's name. Jeez. Martin, the little Martin kid. Okay. Obviously, they covered that crap up because that man died a sad man. He went years without his son by his side, and he died in 2010. He's with him now. His inner being is taking on a brand new life of immortality. Yeah, that's right. Our inner beings are immortal. We just live on a physical plane where this part dies. So it's like shedding your skin, and you just live on and just go to the next existence. Because energy is basically created to exist. I mean, just to exist, but with a purpose. No matter how small. You could be just the energy of water flowing, in somebody's cup. That's part of that energy that exists for everything. Water, everything around us. It's our energy. Created to exist for just this moment right here. In my house. Think about that. Just created to exist, but with a purpose. Each little granule of wood had a purpose for my house. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm getting way too deep here. Sorry about that. But it's something that you need to know. And I hope you understood that. It's kind of like trying to crack open well, not crack open, but put the pieces of the puzzle together. Which is part of it. That's why I'm saying all this. I told you that before. Everything is a big puzzle that we have to figure out. And I was part of that puzzle. That little bit I said was part of that puzzle. So, take that in, okay? Please do. Now, now this is coming from Scott. Guess one of the relatives. Now he's saying, now I think that the gentleman that let him out of the car and his sister know more than they're saying. Okay, so they talk to them, but yeah, if they were the last people to see him, they know something. Maybe. I'm pretty sure they probably saw where he was going. Maybe they saw him get picked up by somebody else. Maybe they saw somebody knock him out. I don't know. They saw something, but if they feel like they know a little bit more, maybe they do. Who knows? I hope they do. Shoot, that boy need to come home, or at least in whatever way he is in, he needs to come home regardless. Okay, now the family is asking those who live on Route 250 to check their yards, their barns, campers, at other potential hideaways, just in case that's what he's doing. You never know. Now it would just mean so much. It would just mean so much. Howell said. Now, if you believe you have seen Shawn Anthill, I'm talking to all of you. You may be one of the people that watch my channel, or just happen to turn on to it, and bam, here I am. I hope that's the way this cycle is working, because it's got to get out. You got to find out. You got to tell people what's going on. Anyway, now like I said, if you've seen him, you can call, contact, whatever, the Harrison County Sheriff's Office. That's all it says. So, but if you live in that county, a number, hopefully, you just say, boom, call, what's up? Yeah, I know, maybe got some money. Anyway, hey, that's what they do. Talking about rewards here, $10,000. Not for this guy, but the other guy. But anyway, I hope you understood my code here. For the ones that know something, you hear me, and you know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, very strange stuff, man. Very strange stuff. I almost forgot. Now they're talking about finding not feet, but hands, pairs of hands, 23. As a matter of fact, pairs of hands on the beach in Russia. Not ich can see Deutsch, but Russia. Russian beak or dog. Ibronsky. Anyway, hands, man. It's one thing to find feet, the bones, the feet, but hands? What kind of sick nut job would chop off hands and then throw them in the ocean? What could be the reason why they would do that? Are these hands coming from the time when they chop people's hands off for stealing? Or maybe the blood diamond thing where they say, long on, short on. They either chop off your hand or they chop off the whole arm. It's crazy. Hands. Ain't no telling what they're going to be finding next. Tongues? Eyeballs? Midsection? What's it? Both of you? Imagine. Well, I'm not going to get freaky on here. That's not what this is about. But I'm just saying. I'm just making points here. One minute we finding feet on the beach. Now we finding hands. I'm just saying. It seems like a cycle. That's going way down the line. It just started with feet. Now it's hands. What's next? Toes? I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like. But anyway, my friends. Sorry, I got a little off track there. But when it leads into something that needs to be said, that's normally when I start talking. I mean, really talking to us. I almost sound like I'm talking in code that you got to figure it out. And that's pretty much what I did. You got to figure it out. It makes your mind more open and smarter and just, anyway, breathing in information. Can't help yourself. That's what I'm doing. Popping my collar. Anyway. Alright, I'm just so glad to be home, man. Had a pretty long day. But anyway, don't want to be rambling on here about stuff that you don't need to be hearing. But if I'm rambling on about stuff you need to hear, that's when I want to just be flapping. Just flapping. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I like to add a little comedy to the mix sometimes. Just let you know what's going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. But that the thing about the hands thing, that was just a little extra towards the end. I like to add new stuff because there's a lot of cases. There's like I think 2 cases. One of a guy. I didn't really get a chance to read the whole thing, but there's one guy that disappeared and there was a female that disappeared. I don't know, that's not saying much, but kind of leaving me guessing. Maybe I may talk about them. Would you like that? Of course you would. You are insane disappearances people. You love shit. Okay? And I love you. So, you hit me up, I hit you up. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, let me get out of here before I, get you guys pissed off. Okay. All right, guys. But, of course, I got to end it the way I always do. You know how I do it. The shaka signs. When I say aloha, mahalo, brother, and ahuiho, which means till we meet again. Right. See how that flows? Till we meet again. And we will. We connected. See, I just discovered something. We connected in some kind of way, energy-wise. The energy between us and that laptop. We can't see it, we can't feel it, but it's there. It drawed us to each other. Yeah. It's like one of those like eye-popping moments where you like just figure something out. You're like, whoa, shoot. It was like, wow. Energy, yeah. It's the energy between us. It's the energy we casting plus the energy of the laptop, the energy of the circuits that get into the internet waves, and it flows to you, and it connects to you to where you got to see what I'm talking about. Think about how that just flows. It sounds weird, but it flows. That's my point. Everything's connected for it to flow. And when a flow happens, everybody feels it. Anyway, guys, it's time to go. Peace. That's the way I planned it. That's right. That's the way I planned it. Bye.